Up next, we're actually going to go right into our kind of nearing the end of our afternoon together here, and I'm going to pass the the mic, I guess, all over to Lizzie to give us some kind of final remarks around what we've heard today and around the top collaborative. So, Lizzie, if you're out there, I'm going to throw it over to you.
Okay, thanks, Phil. Thanks for that introduction, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm very proud to be here today with strong partnerships with the BC Centre of Excellence in HIV/AIDS and the BC Schizophrenia Society. I wanted to begin by recognizing again that it's been a challenging year for all of us, and especially yourselves on the front lines. Despite these challenges, our frontline staff have demonstrated every day the true values of our organization, and we really thank you from the bottom of our hearts, each and every one of you. You've done so much over these past 12 months. So let's reflect on where we started and perhaps celebrate some of the things that we've achieved in the last 12 months. It has been a journey with teams learning new ways of working, adopting these new ways, and eventually teaching those new ways to peers. We recognize and appreciate the hard work and progress realized by all participants and teams, and have seen an increase in the proportion of clients engaged in care among our MHSU team. So congratulations on that major accomplishment. So what lies ahead? Through your hard work, we have reached this stage, and only through that will we be able to close that gap. We know it's important that our system continues to shift from the reactive to a proactive approach that will reap the dividends for the quality and delivery of frontline care. This work is just beginning. Sustainability of new ways of working will be required. We know this, and we are committed to supporting you through your continued shared learning, networking, and quality improvement journey. So today we are excited to announce that we have secured funding for our current top teams to be supported over the next 6 months to spread and embed all of your top learnings to the rest of your team members. We encourage you to continue to move forward, take on gaps in care, and contribute to helping people living with treatment-resistant schizophrenia. Thank you again for the hard work and the opportunity to speak here today. Over to you, Phil.
Thank you so much, Lizzie. We're actually, Valeria and I are just going to spend a couple of minutes just to go into a little bit more detail about what actually is next. So I'm just going to take a moment to share my slides here with you guys. Okay, great. So yeah, so Valeria and I are just going to talk a little bit about the next steps and what that's going to look like for our top teams here. I'm going to just start with Valeria and her presenter disclosure.
Right, thanks, Philip. I don't have any disclosures to share.
And I as well don't have any disclosures to share, so that's really quick.
Right, so what's next? I'm sure everyone's asking what that is. After Lizzie sharing that announcement, we're very excited to be able to continue this as has been said today by all of our sponsors and leaders that spoke with us this morning. It's been a very challenging year. It's been a long labor of love to get this project up and running and then to launch it. And then, it's been really great to see the progress and really to hear from teams. I mean, for once we're over time, but because the teams have had so much to share, and it's so great to see everyone's pride in their work and enthusiasm and sharing, the work you've done. And I think that's amazing to see. And, we want to continue that momentum. We know, there's always competing needs, and it's sometimes difficult to keep that momentum going. So we're very happy to be able to provide additional support for the next 6 months to further support that. We don't have the slide here, but you may have recalled the collaborative model includes 3 parts. So there's the planning phase, the collaborative phase, and the community of practice. And so what we're really shifting into is that network phase, which is to further strengthen the community of practice. This is to support connections of teams, sustainability of gains, and continued progress towards the top goals, but also the goals of your teams. As you've done this for the last year, you'll have recognized and identified other areas, and it's really to look at what are the needs of your teams and how you can spread this among the other individuals that weren't actively part of TOP. So we're happy to share that we'll be able to provide continued QI coaching support. It may not be as intense as it's been over the last year. The idea of the network is to slow down some of the activities, increase the intensity of them. And it's really to just take a little bit of a step back to give the team space to, really carry on the work, but to have that support behind you. We'll have a few educational webinars scheduled over the next 6 months. We're in the process of planning one for June, so we'll share more details of that. Monthly reporting will also continue. It'll be a simplified version. And again, that's really to share the progress that you have been able to do over the last several months and to continue to do. All those graphs and bar charts that you've seen today is a result of the reports that each of your teams have submitted. And so I know at times it can be challenging to fit that in, but you've proven to be able to do that so well, and it's helped us look at the overall progress of TOP. So we want to ensure that we continue that. And like I mentioned, it'll be simplified. So, it won't be as lengthy as it is now, but it'll be just enough data for what we want to be able to do over the next 6 months. And then we'll continue to have the clinical Q&A sessions every couple of weeks. And we're looking at shifting the structure of that a little bit to, invite individuals to bring cases, and, we'll share more details of that as things move along. Just let me advance the slide. And so what's next? We also are going to be launching the SAM tool in Paris, the psychosis management pathway that was shared this morning. We'll be sharing that final version out in the coming weeks. We have a second video that's also just being finalized, and we'll share that out in the next few weeks here. The reports for May are due in 2 weeks, and so we're looking forward to seeing those, and you'll get a feedback report and a data summary report following that. And then, like I mentioned, a few educational webinars. And, we're hopeful that potentially we could do an in-person event at the end of this towards November or so, but I guess we'll wait and see what happens with that. I'm going to pass it back to Philip now.
Okay, so just going into a little bit more detail about some of the ongoing supports that will be provided throughout this kind of next phase of things, this kind of like network phase that we're talking about. So, as a lot of the teams have identified, having the regular meetings has been really helpful to kind of sustain some of this work. And in hearing a lot of your stories today, it sounds like the regular meetings is already embedded as a plan for some teams to continue to have these and to kind of use them to spread some of the work that you're doing amongst your colleagues. So it's just really great to hear that that's already in the plan, and we're really going to help to support you to continue to have those meetings. As Valeria mentioned, we're going to continue to provide some really helpful educational webinars throughout the next 6 months as well. More information on that to come, but we're going to try to get one started up in June. Monthly reporting, again, as was pointed out actually just recently in our Grandview Woodlands presentation, the importance of continuing to measure our results and measure what we're doing is so important. So we're going to continue to support teams to do monthly reporting and to measure the work that they're doing. And we'll continue to have access to our email listserv. So again, it's a really great venue for asking questions, sharing information, sharing education opportunities. So we're going to continue to have access to that as teams as we continue to sustain this practice. Oh, I got one more thing here. Or just a reminder, our next report for monthly reporting is due on June the 1st. So a little reminder there as well. And just a reminder that we are always here to help and support. Just a little graphic here. Sometimes our plan, we kind of look forward to the finish line, and we see it as being kind of a linear kind of thing that we're doing here. But oftentimes the reality is a little bit different. There's lots of obstacles along the way, and I think that we've done a great job today of kind of describing those obstacles, but most importantly, really describing how we're overcoming them, which has been really, really great. So yeah, so that's, I just, Valeria and I just really wanted to go into a little bit more detail about what we plan to do in terms of supports over these next 6 months. I want to actually pass it over now to Randall to give us some kind of last thoughts around around what we've talked about today. So I'm going to pass it off to you, Randall.
Thanks, Philip. So this has been a really great experience to watch all of your presentations today and learn about all the hard work you've been doing, as well as your plans for continuing this work and improving the care for our clients and families. At the beginning of TOP, we had identified about 4,500 unique clients with a diagnosis of schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, and about half of them would benefit from some treatment optimization. So now at this point today, we've seen that you've started the process of improving their care, of having conversations with them about treatment options, and reporting these metrics back to us and to all of your peers. And this is all a great achievement. So I want to congratulate all of you, and then also, just encourage you to keep this up. You've got a lot of momentum, and you've all made pledges today about things that you can do and will do. I love that slide from Orlando, which showed that what was it, the biggest room of all is room for improvement. So, and my request specifically to the physicians who've been involved in TOP is to use the skills and knowledge you've gained with your clients, but also to support your peers, talk to your peers, and encourage them to evolve their practice on your teams, because now this practice has to spread. I want to give special thanks and acknowledgement to Dr. Harish Neelakant, whose vision for this goes way back, as Rolando mentioned, and he laid the groundwork for this first at Ravensong, and then once we were able to gain the resources, we were able to then take this across Vancouver community into interior health even, and we hope to other COCs in the near term. And I want to thank the core TOP project team that includes Dr. Neelakant, but also Valeria, and Jessica, Darwin, Philip, and then with support from Lizzie and me. And Jessica and Darwin, I heard in your comments, offered so much and were very valuable. And so I know you really appreciated working with them. Unfortunately, Jessica will be leaving her role. Darwin will be around a little bit longer, so take advantage of that. And now I get to make the announcements of the winners for the presentations today. So the first award is the best presentation style. And the winner for that is the Northeast Mental Health Team. The winner of the award, both in this category and the most progress made, will get a DoorDash certificate or coupon or whatever you call it, so that at your next TOP team meeting, you can have some lunch or a snack. For the best presentation style runner-up award, it's Hope to Health. And runner-ups will get a a coffee delivery. So you can have a coffee break at one of your team meetings. The second category is most progress made. And the winner in that category is the early psychosis intervention team. So congratulations to you. And then the runner-up, we have two actually. We have a tie for runner-up. The runner-up in this category, the winners are the Asura Community Treatment Team and the Kamloops team. So good work, everybody. And you all did great work. And the winners will get your prizes soon from the project team. So I think that ends our program for today. Is there anything else? Valeria?
No. I don't think so. Let me just, no. Yeah, no, just thanks again to everyone for making time to attend. You know, it's too bad we weren't able to meet in person. It feels like we're always hopeful that we can, and then we're not, but you know, one day we will. Thank you to all of our sponsors and leaders, Rolando, Julio, Bob, Mike, Lizzie, Randall, Harish. Just thank you so much for all your support all the way through. You know, it's definitely been a roller coaster ride for us as well, trying to get things going and dealing with COVID and all that. And so we definitely appreciate our leadership support and also the teams. I know it hasn't been easy at all. And so I want to just stress how great it's been to hear you guys share. And like I said earlier, you know, it's a good thing we're over time because it shows how proud you guys are of your work and how well everyone's been doing. And we're excited to see this continue. So thank you again to everyone. And we'll be on here a little bit longer if anyone wants to stay on and ask questions or comments. But thank you again and enjoy the rest of your afternoon.